Hello everyone, my name is Jenna. Welcome back. So I shared on my Instagram last week just a little poll saying what do you guys want to see on the channel this week, and you all voted for a vlog, which was honestly shocking to me. So cool. I'm glad that you guys have enjoyed the vlogs I did in the past when I was pregnant with this one. Maternity leave is officially over. I shared that in last week's video, that I am back to work. I'm back to work. I'm back teaching again. I'm back posting again. I am back into the world. This is Jack. We had our baby boy on December 28th, which was an amazing experience. It has been a really fun 3 months with him, and he's huge now. He's pretty much a grown man. So with this vlog today, I'm gonna start with a little recap of what's been going on, and because it has been a very chaotic, some really high highs have happened this year, and some very low lows have happened already this year. So we are starting off fresh. Looking at yourself because you're so handsome. We had our baby. Cameron was able to stay home with me for 2 months, which was stellar. He went back to work at the beginning of March. We'll get into the highs first, just because those are so easy. So we had him at the end of last year, and Cameron was able to stay home with me, and we were able to bond and just kind of figure out this new life of parenting, which was really fun and very sleepy and just a whole new journey on its own. We did get into a groove real quick with him though, so that's been amazing, and he's super chill 96% of the time. Another really big high is that we went back up to Madison this year for my birthday, which I didn't share a whole lot on, because it was kind of a rough start to the trip, but the trip was absolutely amazing. We got to stay right on the lake, and everything was frozen, but it was gorgeous outside. We stayed for the whole week, and that was just so much needed. You know, it was just so needed. And then we came back, and that weekend Cameron threw a big surprise party for me because I turned 30. So it's been a lot of really awesome things, on top of next week we close on a house, which means that the farm is coming back, which, oh my gosh, can't even express to you how excited I am about that. So we will be moving into our new home at the beginning of May. We're closing next week, but we have the apartment till May 5th, so we're just going to stay here for a little while longer, and then have the movers come and get things going on, oh no, on something a little bit more our speed and a little bit more concrete. Being in the apartment was temporary, just so we could sell our old house, pay off all of our debt, and, you know, start this little journey with him without having to worry about finances as heavily as we would have otherwise. A big low that happened this year that I did share kind of on my Instagram, but also not really on my Instagram, was that Edgar did pass away last month. I know you guys love seeing him in my teachings and in my discussions and just on my Instagram page, period. He was all over the place on it. Briefly get into it because I really don't want to start crying again already this morning. So Edgar, at the beginning of February, had fallen, and later that night he was completely paralyzed from the waist down. Essentially, he was dragging his back legs, he was panicking, and we isolated him. Obviously took him to the ER, and we isolated him for a while. His walking came back, he was doing great, and then out of nowhere, like 2 days after he was doing really great, it came back full force, like so much worse and way more painful for him. So we took him to a pet neurologist in Savannah, and there was this crazy surgery that they could do that wasn't a high percentage of success. Medication was an even lower percentage of success, and he essentially had a form of dwarfism that can have a very serious degenerative disease in his spine, which he ended up having, and it was just working its way from his lower spine all the way up and would eventually completely paralyze him. It was really painful for him. It was very devastating to watch because he was, you know, completely, you know, fine. We thought 1 second. Do you want this? No. He was completely fine 1 second, and then the next second he was paralyzed. So it was just very hard to process how rapidly it all happened. And we did have to put him down because he couldn't move and he was in so much pain. So he did pass last month, and that's been incredibly rough for me. So he is here though. We do have our little Edgar shrine, and we do have him with us, which is great. But that was the worst, one of the worst experiences of my life, and I miss him desperately. So let's move on, because I don't feel like crying more about this. That's our little recap. I am going to be sharing on here more. I said last week, you know, I'll be doing my weekly videos again and back teaching. This might be maybe the last video that you guys really see in the apartment, which is fine because it's not like there's not a whole lot to see in here anyway. But are you eating it? You're putting it in your mouth backwards, you crazy nut. But this will probably be the last video in the apartment, which is cool. That's exciting. That's big news. But today, little man and I are going to go hiking, and I wanted to bring you guys with us. Oh, what happened? Yeah, you get this little recap, and then I'm gonna take you guys out to Pinckney Island, and we will see what happened. We will see what kind of goodies we can find out there, right, buddy? You wanna go see what we got out there? We are about halfway there. I wanted to pull over real quick because I looked in the back mirror and Jack had pulled his sun hat all the way down his head. So in minor panic, I had to make sure he was still alive. And he is. He's just my little vampire baby. Alright, so we made it to Pinckney Island. We just parked, and now I need to get little man packed up in his carrier and hit the trail. Pinckney Island is a nature preserve, so it's not like a campground or anything like that. And I want to say around here you essentially just island hop. Pinckney Island is in between Hilton Head Island and Bluffton. It's right on the left over the first bridge, which is really nice little in between the islands. But I want to say there's like about 8 miles worth of hiking out here. We are going to get to the plantation and back, which I think is about 4 miles. That's what I'm hoping for. We got here early, so it's not gonna be super brutal out yet. But we'll stop and have some snacks and chill out. He is still nursing. He's in the middle of coming on and off of a nursing strike. So we'll take a break for that too. Hi, sunshine. Are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? He's already fighting his socks. You ready to find your socks? Oh, you're so beautiful. Ready to go? Ready? I'll put your sun hat on. Then you'll be ready to go. We are ready to go. Ready? Boop. Adventure baby. Trying to get him outside as much as I possibly can so that he is acclimated to the area and starts to kind of enjoy it as much as I do. Have a little nature baby. This is the beginning of the trail. It is so beautiful. There are signs everywhere that say that there's no water. So we've got the platypus packed. There is no bathrooms, so use your water sparingly. But it is a beautiful trail. There are little pictures and information boards all down this. It is flat, it's rock, it is paved, it's pretty much a road, but there are little cutouts that go around ponds with gators. You get to see the birds and the swamps and all that good stuff. Here's one. It just gives you a little bit of information, and there's some all the way down to tell you about the different animals that live here. Because like I said earlier, it is a nature preserve. So you get to learn a little bit while you walk around. There's a lot of bikers out here. No pets are allowed. Just give you like a rundown of the place, just in case you ever want to come out here. There are benches, and it's a great little picnic spot too, and it is open all year round. So I think it's a sun up to sundown kind of a preserve. I don't know if every preserve is like that, but I'm pretty sure this one is. So I just started thinking like how important this preserve has been like in my life. When we first moved to Bluffton, I think I was a freshman in high school, and this is where my dad and I used to come to just go on walks and kind of hang out. And there's not a lot of hiking where I live, so this is like the main outdoor spot. So my dad and I used to come here a lot just to walk. And then when I was training for boot camp, my younger brother and I used to come here and do sprints on this road, because this is probably one of the more open areas. We would come here for months and just sprint this road, just to help me get some endurance and train up for boot camp. But it's very nostalgic to me. I think it's really cool. And there was one time, because it is low tide right now, like this will completely fill up, but since it is low tide, you can actually walk all the way out there into the marsh and see the little hermit crabs and all those goodies that are out there. It's a special place. Very, very special to me. So to be bringing my little man out here already, it's super fun. And it smells nice and salty. I love it. So that's the first little cutoff to go around one of the big ponds. I'm not going to go around the ponds today because it is starting to warm up, which means that the gators are very active, and
This is kind of their turf. So I don't do the cutoffs on the right side of the road, but I do on the left. So this little cutoff will take you right to the water and has a good little stopping point for us. This is little hiding spots where you can climb up on the trees. You can go down into the actual brush down there. I'm obviously not going to make the hop because I've got Jack in the carrier. But you can go all the way and sort of walk it along the shore and get this really just stunning view of the water, which I think is really cool. This is usually the tree that I sit upon and get to have a snack, chill out. It's beautiful. But he's snoozing. He's completely asleep, which isn't a bad thing. He has a nap today, but this is usually where I take my little breaks. And you can see, let me show you all the oyster beds. So you don't want to walk too far out there without the proper footwear, which people do all the time, and then they end up with cut up feet, and it's really sad. Got a little garden going right here for all the butterflies. And then on this side you have another cutoff to the water. Which one of these on the way back probably have to stop into to feed the little man and get me a little snack too. You can see the tide is starting to come in, which means that those salt pans that we saw on the way in may be starting to fill up when we get back. Maybe not. Who knows? Takes a while for the tide to come in. Little hidden trails. So much fun. Time to check on the babe. You good in here, buddy? Oh yeah, little vampire baby. Okay. Yeah. He's good. They say don't wake a sleeping baby. I wake this fool up all the time. Gotta make sure he's good. Baby. Hey, honey. You okay? Little man is waking up. So we are going to go ahead and turn around so I can get to a good, better shaded spot to feed him and take a little break from being stuck to my chest. Oh, excuse you. And walk back. See you guys in a minute. So, as you can see, we're back towards the beginning. Not entirely, probably have like 10 minutes left of walking, but the water is starting to come in. So all this will be filled up pretty soon on both sides. Let's see what the other chunk looks like. You can see the spy on these people. They are walking out into the marsh to go grab oysters, grab crabs, or just go for a walk. It's really cool and salty and awesome out there. We have officially made it to the beginning of the trail. He is in and out of sleep, but we officially did it. It's been about 2 hours, but it is so hot. It's so sunny. But this is probably the busiest I've ever seen Pinckney Island, so I didn't film much on the way back because as the sun was rising, more people started to show up to walk. That was crazy. It was chaos. It was nice being pretty much the only one on the way in, though. I always like that. We are officially back in the car. I am feeding little man right now. Luckily, he is willing to nurse and coming off of this nursing strike. It was an amazing little trek. We were out there for about 2 hours. It's 10 to noon right now. We got out here around 10 o'clock, so not too shabby. But it got so busy. It's crazy. It's gotten so hot. It's probably like 80 right now. But it is time to fuel up, both of us. He's got to eat. I got to have a snack. I'm going to have a snack, drink a bunch of water. I'm going to show you guys how much water I actually drank out on the trail and some essentials to bring if you are going to be... Hi, honey. Hey, baby. Good morning. Oh. Hi. Are you listening to mommy? Hey, sunshine. If you guys are going to be walking Pinckney Island, I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of some essentials on what you should bring, how you should prepare, and how you should definitely prepare if you are bringing a baby. See you guys when he's done eating. I'm going to flip you around, okay? Flip you around. Oh yeah. Alright, so we are going to talk baby essentials. So Jack is only 3 months old, which means that he needs limited sun exposure. That he can't be in the sun for too long, and that he can't wear sunscreen. Will you say hi? Say hey. He cannot wear sunscreen yet either. So with that, he needs to be super bundled up in the sun. So we've got him in a long sleeve shirt. We've got him in long pants, long socks. He's got a sun hat right here, which is awesome. It's a little reversible doodah. I did not worry about his hands because I know how he likes to be in the baby carrier. With Pinckney Island, you're pretty much in direct sun for the entire trek. There are some really nice little shaded nooks, but for the most part, you are in the sun. It's just an open path. And so if you have a little one, I wouldn't really suggest a stroller, you know, if they're this little, mainly because they will have more exposure. With him, you guys saw how I was holding him and stuff, he didn't really get into the sun very much. Why are you making that face? Oh, that's so funny. So he wasn't really in the sun very much, which was great because the pink on his face is from him being all smushed up on my chest, which is why I was constantly checking on him, because carriers can be really dangerous if you're not paying attention. But I brought a backup bottle in case he did not want to nurse. So make sure you have a backpack where you can, have a bottle if you need one, or carry whatever you need. In my backpack, we've got spare clothes for him. We also have diapers and wipes and everything that he would need regularly. I just made a shorter list of essentials than what I would typically put in his diaper bag, just because my bag was already really heavy. So I also brought some snacks for me. I ate a Boobie bar on the way out here. I also brought a banana, and I brought some cashews, and I brought 3 liters of water. So I'm gonna put him in the back seat, go through what I brought, and go through some more essentials of what we're gonna need. But as far as having a little one out on this trail, if you have a little one as small as he is, I would really suggest just bundling them up. Even if it is warm, it's really, really important for them to not be overexposed, which is why I am extra careful. And we took a bunch of breaks and stood in the shade, and I took his hat off. He got to feel the breeze, and just so your babies don't overheat. But he took it like a champ. He's kind of used to it by now. This is probably the longest walk that we've gone on together, but he's used to the carrier for sure. You ready to get back in your seat, baby? Are you ready to get back in your seat? Oh, so sleepy. You're making that little chunky face. He's so cute. He's so cute. I'm gonna put him in his chair, and then I'll show you guys what else we brought. All right, so he's good to go back there. I wanted to show you all some essentials. So with here, you don't need hiking boots. You just need really good sneakers. Really good sneakers are important out here for sure, because it is gonna get really rocky in some parts. And you don't really need hiking boots unless you want that extra support, but because it's flat, I would just say solid shoes. I wear my Hokas, and they work awesome out here. If you're gonna just go sports bra, shirtless, tank top, whatever, bring an extra layer because of how sunny it is. And then I brought somewhere sunscreen, things you forget, bug spray. I have seen so many videos on backpacking, hiking, whatever you want to call it, in the low country, and nobody brings sunscreen. Sorry about the glare on my glasses. Nobody brings sunscreen, and nobody brings bug spray. Y'all, it is gnatty and mosquito-y as hell out here. It is so bad. And the hotter that it gets, the worse it gets. Throughout the day, it gets worse. And you are literally surrounded by marsh. I saw a video the other day where someone was like, oh, what a cute pond. Nah, dude, that is a marsh. That is a swamp. And don't get so close to the swamps, because gators. We've got gators out here. I get so nervous out here on Pinckney Island because I see people constantly walking up on like the edge of the swamp. And the gators out here are super active because, like I said earlier, this is their turf. I walked the trail last year when I was still pregnant with Jack, and I walked around the big pond that I show, and there were just bird remains everywhere. So they had just like freshly eaten on the trail, so they can go and roam wherever they want. So me personally, I like to avoid those areas if I am with a baby. And and this time of year where it's starting to warm up and the gators are a little bit more active, just like stay away from the banks, guys. It's dangerous down here. They will get you. But these two are essentials. I just use the Mineral Sun Bum. People have got pros and cons with Sun Bum. Mineral works great for me. I am super pale. I don't want to burn. And No Knots is a lifesaver down here. It's super cheap. It's essential oils. It's awesome. And it is the only thing that will keep the gnats away. And then those are two things that I see everybody always forgetting. Another thing would be like a hat. My jacket has a hood that I could pop up, or I would typically bring like a ball cap or a sun hat or whatever. Nothing crazy. But I want to show you all, because I don't think I filmed myself really taking many water breaks, but I did bring my platypus, and it was full. It is a 3-liter bladder, so I drank about 1.5 liters of water. Come prepared like this. I had this completely full when I got here, and it is probably like at 1.5 liters exactly. Super easy to put in your backpack. It has a super long straw, so you don't need to take breaks, and you can just hook it to the strap. You're good to go. So you can lose track of time out here super easily. Bring water, bring a backpack, bring snacks. I'm addicted to these. I love these cashews so much. They're all I ever craved when I was pregnant. And bring something for when you get back to your car. Super important. But for Jack, I brought boogie wipes because he does have allergies, so I can wipe him down before we start driving. And then he's got wipes and diapers. He has a pacifier. He's got his sun hat. He's got all his goodies. He is currently talking to himself in the mirror. But that is our little that's our little trek through Pinckney Island. So this is the end of this vlog. We are gonna head out and go grocery shopping and see what other foolishness we can get into today. But thank you guys so much for joining me and hanging out with me and Jack today. It's getting so packed in here. Oh my gosh. So many cars just keep like pulling up all over the place. Like, subscribe, share. I'm here. Message me, let me know what you guys want to see. If you guys like the vlogs, I'll keep doing them. I think they're really fun to make. Super easy for me to make, and I can always bring Jack along. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see y'all next week. Bye. I'm ready to go, Mom. Let's go.